Welcome home, everyone. We are talking about affordable housing while living here in America, and our theme song is Living in America. We want to sing it as happy as James Brown once did, but the rent is too doggone high for a lot of Americans. A lot of Americans are paying at least more than 30% out of their income for rent and housing. All right. So I created this community trying to prevent and reduce homelessness one person at a time. So as I always say, it starts right here with us. What I ask you to do is to pass the love, share the love, pass the baton, give this information to your homeless communities, your families and friends who you know that it will help to get themselves on the list for affordable housing. All right. So today we're going to talk about Section 8. We're going to talk about Housing Choice Vouchers. We're going to talk about project-based vouchers. We're going to talk about public housing. All right. The only thing I ask you to do is just do your due diligence for placing yourselves on any open waiting list to make sure that the units and the surroundings fit your family. Although we make and live in anything temporarily to keep ourselves out of the element. And public housing is no longer our grandparents' public housing as well. All right, with that being said, let's get started. Right in Etowah, Tennessee, there is a Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher. It is for the disabled and the seniors only, guys. That is ETOWAH, Etowah. Also, for the displaced and the homeless, guys, please let your homeless communities know. Cumberland County, Tennessee, has a Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher. Yay! We like those. Why? Because they are portable. After you have them for a year, you can transfer them to another state or county that will accept the Housing Choice Voucher. For the locals only, Dayton Housing Authority has a Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher, and Maryville Housing Authority has a Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher for the locals and the displaced only as their preferences. And Elizabethton Housing and Development Agency has a Section 8 voucher. That's Elizabethton Housing and Development Agency. No preferences are confirmed. All right. Public Housing and Newport Housing Authority. Also, there's Public Housing and Maryville Housing Authority. There is public housing in Allenton Heights and Lincoln Courts family for the employed, the displaced, the disabled, and the seniors. And Lafayette, Tennessee, a Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher for the locals. That is LAFOLLETTE. Also in Jamestown, Tennessee, a Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher is for the homeless and the displaced. A project-based voucher and Park Center Residential Service Special Needs Project, and a project-based voucher for the displaced, the disabled, the homeless, the seniors, and the veterans at KHRA Managed Properties. A project-based voucher at Clinch Powell Resource Conservation in Bull Gaps, Tennessee, for the veterans, the seniors, the homeless, the displaced, and the disabled. A project-based voucher for the displaced, the disabled, the homeless, the seniors, and the veterans at Wayland Place 1 and 2 and Eastern 8 Community Development Corporation. A project-based voucher at George Washington Apartments for the seniors, the veterans, the homeless, the disabled, and the displaced. For the disabled, the displaced, the homeless, the seniors, and the veterans, we love this. A project-based voucher at Horizon Community Development. It is in Irwin counties, Greenville counties, and Mosheim County, Mosheim. Public housing in Jackson, Tennessee at Allenton Heights Annex, Rosewood Gardens, and Centennial Pass for the employed, the displaced, the disabled, and the seniors. Public housing in Jackson, Tennessee at McMillian Towers. A project-based voucher in Jackson, Tennessee at Washington Douglas, Lincoln Circle, and Neff Circle Family Self-Sufficiency for the displaced, the employed, the disabled, the seniors, and the locals. Public housing for the displaced only at College Hill Courts, 1 bedroom in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Also, in Chattanooga, Tennessee, there is public housing for the displaced only in Eastlake Courts for 2 and 3 bedrooms. A project-based voucher in Chattanooga, Tennessee at Boynton Terrace for studio and 1 bedrooms for the seniors only. Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher in multi-counties in Tennessee, in Greene County, Hawkins County, Johnson County, Sullivan County, Unicole, and Washington County. Public housing in Rogersville, Tennessee for 1 bedroom. Project-based voucher in Hamilton County, Tennessee at Emerald Villages and Fairmount Apartments. Section 8 voucher in Johnson, Tennessee for the employed, the displaced, the disabled, and the seniors. Project-based voucher at Dunbar Apartments for 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, rental assistance demonstration in Johnson City, Tennessee. That is for RAD. Project-based voucher in Johnson City, Tennessee for the veterans, the elderly, the displaced, and the homeless youth, guys. The homeless youth at Baker Court Apartments. All right. Public housing in Bristol, Tennessee. Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher in Bristol, Tennessee for the displaced and the veterans only. Section 8 voucher in Brownsville, Tennessee. No preferences are confirmed. Section 8 voucher in Knoxville, Tennessee. Public housing in Decatur, Tennessee. Public housing in Dayton, Tennessee at Autumn Ridge Apartments. Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher in Bradley County, Tennessee. Project-based voucher in Cleveland, Tennessee for 3 bedrooms, a project-based rental assistance demonstration. Public housing in Cleveland, Tennessee for efficiencies in 1 bedrooms. Project-based voucher in Franklin, Tennessee at Franklin Project-based voucher waiting list. Public housing in Johnson City Housing Authority, Myrtle Court. Public housing at Johnson City Housing Authority Public Housing. Section 8 voucher in Athens, Tennessee. Athens Housing Authority is where you go. Section 8 voucher, Morristown Housing Authority. Morristown Housing Authority, that is. Public housing in La Follette Housing Authority, LAFOJLETTE. And public housing at Athens Housing Authority. Public housing at Sweetwater Housing Authority. Public housing in Rockwood Housing Authority for the homeless only. Please let your homeless communities know. Public housing in Clinton Housing Authority. Public housing in Jefferson City Housing Authority. Public housing in Etowah Housing Authority. Public housing at Jellico Housing Authority. JELLICO. Public housing in Morristown Housing Authority. Public housing in Greensville Housing Authority for the employed, the disabled, and the seniors. Public housing at Lenore City Housing Authority. Public housing at Seaverville Housing Authority. Public housing at Loudon Housing Authority for the homeless only. LOUDON. Public housing at Elizabethton Housing and Development Agency. Public housing at Oliver Springs Housing Authority. Public housing at Irwin Housing Authority, that is ERWIN. Public housing at Oak Ridge Housing Authority for the employed, the displaced, the disabled, the seniors, and the veterans. Public housing at Grundy Housing Authority for the employed, the displaced, the disabled, the homeless, the seniors, and the veterans. Public housing at Paris Housing Authority. Public housing at Union City Housing Authority. Public housing at Dyersburg Housing Authority. Public housing at Trenton Housing Authority. Public housing at Humboldt Housing Authority. Public housing at Milan Housing Authority. And Lexington Housing Authority has public housing. Covington Housing Authority has public housing for the displaced, the disabled, the homeless, the seniors, and the veterans. Bolivar Housing Authority has public housing, BOLIVAR, so Bolivar. Savannah Housing Authority in Tennessee has public housing. Parsons Decaturville Housing Authority has public housing. Ripley Housing Authority, public housing for the employed, the disabled, and the seniors. Also for the disabled and the seniors, public housing is at Martin Housing Authority. Public housing at New Bern Housing Authority, NEWBERN. McKenzie Housing Authority for public housing. Galloway Housing Authority, public housing for the disabled and the seniors. Fayetteville Housing Authority for public housing. Lebanon Housing Authority, public housing. Tullahoma Housing Authority, public housing for the displaced, the veterans, and the disabled. Also for the disabled and the veterans, Gallatin Housing Authority has public housing. Lewisburg Housing Authority, public housing. Cooksville Housing Authority, public housing. Shelbyville Housing Authority, public housing. Sparta Housing Authority has public housing. McMinnville Housing Authority has public housing. Livingston Housing Authority has public housing. Mount Pleasant Housing Authority has public housing. Hartsville Housing Authority, public housing. Smithville Housing Authority has public housing. Erin Housing Authority has public housing, that is ERIN. Oak Ridge, Tennessee has a Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher for the employed, the disabled, the seniors, and the veterans only. Lafayette Housing Authority has public housing for the displaced and the locals. And Pinecrest Apartments has a project-based voucher. That is it, guys. That is a lot. There's a lot of housing choice vouchers there. There's a lot for the homeless here. There's a lot for the veterans here, the displaced, the seniors. Yes, yes, yes. And the disabled. There was a lot here in Tennessee. Please pass the baton. Share the love. Pass this video on. Like the video on your way out by liking the video. Hopefully it will spread to the people that need to see it the most. Like, subscribe, share. I'll see you on Sundays and Mondays where we talk affordable housing. Leave me in the comments, please, what states you're interested in, and I will start being on the lookout for that. All right. If you guys need legal help, you can go to my website. That is areekstraw.legalshieldassociate.com. You can go right in the description and get the website. I love you. Be well and be safe.